Hello, good evening, and welcome to another special Super Team Up special Join Up Ninja Mega Party with me and Ted. It's me at the moment. You can't. Ted's waving his fingers at you, but he doesn't know that he's not on screen yet. He's wasted all of his energy when people are just looking at me. But because we've got to, I shall go down to the split screen so we can have me and the Ted. So there you go. Now he can do his finger waving. Look, he's done it all now.
Yeah, it's me. I'm here, and I've just snapped the hand off me dude, so I'll have to glue it back on in a minute.
Damn it! Yes. So tonight we have me, Chris, Gross Models, and over there we have Skipper Ted, Skipper Scale Models, Ted, Skipper Ted.
Yeah.
Yes, tonight I shall be painting, or starting to paint, my flash kits. Now you may notice that they are now in wet primer. I've just blacked it on it with an airbrush earlier this morning, just to give us a base. You don't technically need to prime these kits because the layer paints are sort of a primer sort of thing, apparently. But I'm going to be using the contrast paints. I'm going to use orc flesh, funnily enough, for the flesh of these orcs. I thought that would be an easy way of doing it. I've not used this contrast. I've used some contrast paints before, but not the orc flesh one. So I thought tonight I'd start easy just by slapping this on. What am I going to do, Ted?
Slap it on.
I am indeed. I'm going to slap on this onto the orc flesh. So I'm just going to get on with that. Ted's still doing dudes, isn't he?
I'm still doing dudes. I just thought this week that because I kept spinning this guy around in my fingers by his boots, it's rubbed the paint off his boots. So I've stuck his foot onto a piece of sprue. So hopefully I can hold it there. And this one, I've just snapped his hand off that holds the instructions for using the Hydra. But however, I thought it might be an advantage not having his hand on because I can then paint it and him at the same time.
Yes, so that was done deliberately. You deliberately broke him in half.
A happy mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, in the chat tonight we have, I did see, it's scrolled up a bit. I've got it on my big vertical monitor, but I can't see exactly what's what. Let's have a look. At the top we had Steve131 came in and then said, I'll see you in a bit, because he's had to go away again. Wendy Hickson, Sarah Jane, Paul de Tomaso, and Gemma Williams are there, and then it was all them again. Then we have a Fox. Model Making Guru is here, having a wee, apparently. He said wee.
Good evening, Fox.
Anyone else? Mark is back. Sarah Jane, Mark, Model Making Guru, Mayhem Model Works, and then that seems to be everybody. Fox was listening to my intro music and he said he quite liked it. He doesn't know who made it though.
I've yet to listen to the intro music because I've never listened to it. However, on that note, I can tell Fox today that in a moment of quietness in the afternoon when everybody had gone out and I was left on my own, I shouted over to Google, the little Google thingy, home thing I got. I shouted, Google, play me some music, play me some Jean-Michel Jarre. For some reason, that name popped into my head, and I thought I haven't heard of him for a while. So yes, Google was playing me some Jean-Michel Jarre while I was sat peacefully in the living room, reading some magazines and listening to that. Yeah,
very cool. Like technology and stuff and things.
Yeah, so but unfortunately, Google doesn't seem to understand the northern accent, and it plays you all sorts.
No, it's made for Londoners, obviously. So yeah,
that's it. So
Fox does say you still need to prime them. Layer paints are not primers; they are paints. Yeah, I wasn't talking about layer paints. I was talking about the base coat, base paints. Base paints are sort of primers, aren't
they? I wouldn't know. If this is Warhammer, I haven't a clue.
It's Warhammer painting question time, which is why we've got the experts in the chat rather than the experts on the camera.
Yes. Our streams work the opposite way around. We just come on to chat. We come on to do the chats to find out how to do things. We can sit here. We'll sit with paintbrush poised, about to apply paint, and wait for a comment in the comments. So no, don't do it that way. That's how we learn.
Yeah, the trouble is that the chat's a little bit delayed to the real world.
Yes,
so we often get the no just after we've done it.
Yeah, you forget that chat's like 20 seconds behind, and by the time you put the paint on, it's too late. Then you've done it. So Yeah, I'm going to try painting these dudes when this glue's set on the sprues so they don't fall off when I touch them with a brush. And then I think I could probably finish up painting this, and then by the end of this evening, I could give it a gloss coat. After everybody's gone home, I'll give it a gloss coat, and then next time I could start some weathering. Yeah, yeah. It's always a chance that I could start some modelling sometime.
Yeah, I did have to check with Ted earlier that it's my turn next week.
It is. So by the
'Cause
time my turn comes round again in 2 weeks, I'll have forgotten everything. Right, I need a paintbrush. Where did I put the paintbrushes?
I didn't see. I didn't watch you do that, but there you go.
Yeah.
Base paints are paints, primers are primers, always prime, says Fox.
Always prime, if in doubt, prime.
But they never used to prime on the Warhammer videos.
Did they not? Oh, well, yeah, they need professionals. Yeah, I've got my paintbrushes in the cup of shame. Unclean. Right, I'll suppose.
Have you got a beverage this evening, Ted?
I've just got Council Pop again because I'm still on painkillers, but I'm reducing the use of painkillers now. So as I'm feeling better, I just take them as needed and not as directed. So yeah,
sounds like a plan.
Yes, and then that way I can drink gin as well.
That's the plan, isn't it? Really, that's the only real plan. Yeah.
That's the plan.
Right. Yeah. Fox is telling me off. Never not prime. He's saying he's always be priming. But Duncan didn't prime when he used to do things. He also used to just use paint on it. So what's with that then?
Yeah. Well, Duncan. Yeah, it's not professional. Yeah. I'm going to try and tonight. I will try and attempt to do these guys' helmets and sort of pick out the detail in the helmets, which I'll probably fail miserably at, and then end up painting the whole thing again. And no, I'm not going to paint any eyes. No, no.
Chicken.
Yeah, the chat is well behind tonight. Nice bit of Jarre. Hopefully it played something before or up to Rendezvous. I think it just played Jean-Michel Jarre at random.
Just stuff, yeah.
Yeah, there were some bits that I did recognise, some bits that I didn't recognise, but it was a nice, relaxing afternoon.
Cool.
It's good when she goes to the shop and just leaves me alone.
You don't mean that.
Yeah.
She's not watching, is she?
No. No. Right. Dude with a hand. Dude firing a gun. And I may need my Optivisor for this.
Yeah, I was just thinking I'm going to be missing bits because I've not got my glasses on, but we'll see how it goes. The contrast is going to need a couple of coats anyway. But already I can see it doing its job and sinking into the recesses and giving me shades and things without me having to do anything, which is lovely. I like it when paint does the work for you. Duncan primed it off camera before filming using Games Workshop rattle can primers and said that every time. Did it? I didn't listen. I was only watching. I wasn't listening.
Yeah, Yeah, it's like when you watch YouTube videos with the sound off, but closed captions on. It's sometimes more humorous to watch it with the closed captions.
Have you ever watched one of your own videos with the closed captions on?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So
once
I don't
again,
remember saying that.
Yeah, another system that doesn't understand us Northerners.
Well, you should speak proper like what I do.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not YouTube's fault if you don't speak proper. Sure, that's some sort of glove, but I think he's probably got his fingers out, so I'm going to paint them green. Anyway, who else have we got come in? Let's have a look. We have Candygram from Mongo's come in, saying hello everybody. Athol's come along. Lord Barkley, and that's it. Yes, Sarah Jane, I think I said earlier, but there we go. Jar is good even after Rendezvous. Fox has no taste in anything, it seems. Fox is very set in his ways. We've noticed over the years. There's no telling him anything's different to how he thinks it is. He just won't accept it.
Yeah, I was thinking of playing some Mike Oldfield after Jean-Michel Jarre, but everybody came home then, and I didn't have a chance to listen
Tubular
to it anymore.
Bells.
Tubular Bells. That was quite good. That one, yeah.
Yeah, I like
if
that
you
one.
listen to the, if you listen to the whole album, it's quite good. Yeah.
Oh, good. Lord Barkley says Jarre is good for a summer night in the garden watching the stars.
Oh, right. Yeah, I must remember that then. On the headphones, laid on the grass with beer in hand, watching the stars and the shooting stars and everything else. Right. I think there's some detail in this guy's helmet that may need some colouring. Yeah.
So Fox is trying to defend himself now and saying Rendezvous was lifeless. Waiting for Costo was okay but mostly lame. Everything after that was tired wallpaper. Sometimes wallpaper's all you need, though.
Mm.
You don't
Yeah,
always
sometimes.
you don't always need your music to be, deeply moving or anything like that. Sometimes you just need it as a background to watch the stars by.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted it just to fill in a bit of background music, just while the house was nice and quiet, without the telly going on and giving all the bad news and things like that, and just something. Well, I read some walking magazines and just relaxed and have the house to myself.
Yeah. Well, talking about bad news, how's that boat got stuck?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, if I'd have been in charge, it wouldn't have got stuck. I'd have just kept it. I'd have just rammed it backwards and forwards into the bank.
So
Until
can't they
freed
just
itself.
turn it around a bit at a time and be done with it?
Yeah.
I keep thinking of that scene. You might not have seen it from Austin Powers with the golf cart in the passageway.
Oh
where he
yeah.
does like a 300-point turn. I just think that's what the guy was trying to do.
Yeah, another thing to bear in mind about that ship, that all the orders for E-models are currently held up in the Suez Canal somewhere, either on that ship or the 300 odd queued up behind it.
Yeah,
So
it's something like it's costing $4 billion an hour or something. It being
yeah,
blocked. It's like an astronomical pain. I can't understand why they can't just turn it. They obviously not turn it the other way. Don't turn it round, but just turn it back to the way it should have been pointing. It kind of got,
yeah, I think they should turn it round the way it was the opposite way it was going, just to teach it a lesson.
Don't do this.
Like,
Look, you go home, start again. Yeah.
Yeah, go out, start again. In fact, don't come back. Go the other way.
Yeah, the other way. It's like a 4,000-mile detour or something, isn't it?
So, if you've ordered anything from Japan lately, or anywhere the other side of the world, it's gonna take a long time coming.
Yeah, but so they've still got shortage of stocks for the Xbox and PlayStations and stuff. So I'm wondering how many of them are going to be in there somewhere, causing even more problems.
Yeah, and all the guys that have got go the other way around, they're going to have to work out the fuel consumption, aren't they? Because they think, oh yeah, we'll go the other way. Hang on a minute, we might not have enough fuel to go that way.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to cost a fortune in fuel. Because by the time you pull into a service station and fuel up, the price will have gone up.
Yeah, and if you're going to a service station, you have to get a packet of crisps.
Yeah, you can't just call in and pay, can you? You've got to have a walk around the store.
You need a walk around the store. You have to use the toilet, obviously.
Yeah, and do you buy a big packet of wine gums, or do you buy just a little tube of wine gums?
You don't buy a little tube, not in a service station, because they probably cost the same.
Yeah, and the 2-for-1 offers. Got to make sure you get them, and the meal deals.
And the book on tape.
Yeah. And a quiz book for the missus.
Sarah Jane doesn't even like custard creams. Shock horror. What? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, sir. I'm with you on that one.
No custard cream.
I'm not a big fan of custard creams.
That's not allowed. I can live with you being left-handed, but the not liking custard creams is just a big no-no. Not on.
Yeah, I'll have to catch up on the chat now because I've been busy painting.
I've only been glancing at it occasionally tonight. It's yeah.
It seems to be behaving itself so far, but I've missed loads of it now.
It's been moving quite quickly.
Mike, yeah, Fox has agreed. Mike Oldfield should be playing some Mike Oldfield. Then there must have been a discussion about custard creams because I've missed that. I must be too far back in the chat to go all the way back there. John Fox came out at the same time as Gary Newman. I like Gary Newman as well. Yeah, I've got a guy at work. There's a chap that I work with who's actually friends with Gary Newman.
Really?
Yeah,
cool.
He's one of his biggest fans and sort of knows the guy. So that's all right. So yeah, it's just like I can name drop. That was all. Oh, where else are we at? Fox is waiting patiently for Agus to get more Series X in stock. One day. Yeah,
at some point.
Yeah, stuck in the Suez. That's where they all are. Oh.
I mean, the trouble is with the new Xbox, I'm not even that bothered about getting one. I want one because it's a new one, but there's nothing that's making me need one. There's nothing special about them that I can't play any games without them or anything. So
that's where you lose me completely on Xboxes and game stations and play boxes or whatever they are. Yeah. Sarah Jane said, if I read the chat properly, it's Fox who disliked custard creams, not her.
Right. I must have misread that as well. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, as I say, the chat's scrolled on by and we've missed it. But if you do need to get anything to us that you're trying to bring out, ask questions or mention, bold is the way. And and if we miss it the first time round, type it again.
Yeah, we're not deliberately ignoring anybody as ever, but things happen, and we're both doing painty stuff, so we're not sitting here just looking pretty. We're actually doing things tonight.
Yes. Boots. Yeah. While the top half of them dries, I can do boots.
I thought you meant you were going shopping or something.
Yeah, boots. So what colour should I do? Boots.
You need thinking boots.
Yeah, boots. Brown boots or black boots? I think brown boots. Otherwise, it'll just get lost. What does the chat think? I must remember to wait for the reply. What colour should I do the boots? Black, brown, or another colour?
Red.
I could do red boots. Yeah, because Warhammer. And bear in mind, I only have a limited selection of paint.
Yeah, have we got to choose from the colours up there?
We have Flash Gits Yellow.
These are Flash Gits that I'm doing.
Oh, right. I've got Retribution Armour. I've got Reclaimed Flesh Shade Gloss, but I know that I don't need that one yet. I've got, I could do a nice grey boot, Administratium Grey, but I think they've changed the name on that now. Canadian Flesh Tone.
Yep.
Yeah, can I remember that from last week when I renamed it Canadian Flesh Tone. Gyral Yellow. What else have we got? I've got some rakan flesh. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do Ildar flesh either. But I've got a nice Macaraki blue.
Macaroni.
Yeah, I've got Macarena blue.
Macarena blue. Hey, Macarena.
Yeah, hey, Macarena. Add-on black. Abaddon black. Add-on black. Lamentus yellow. I don't want to do it Castilian green because that's the same colour as the tank. And I've got another Abaddon. I've got 2 Abaddon blacks. Oh, I didn't know that.
You never have enough blacks. Black's always a good one.
Yes, they can never have enough black. Council Pop has gone to Ted's head, it seems. It has, yeah. It's pretty strong, Council Pop up here. It's straight from the lakes. Yeah, just via a pipe, that's all. It doesn't go through any filter or anything. It's just straight through the lakes. Pink boots is the right answer. Brown with a dry brush of sand, says Lord Bartlett. So that sounds like a good idea. Canadian fleshlight. No, I'm not doing it Canadian fleshlight. Glam Rock silver boots. Oh, yeah. Glam Rock. Yeah, very, very Slade and sweet and Gary Glitter and that sort of thing. Grey boots. Yeah, could do some. Let's try some grey boots. Now that is, it's not all dried up yet.
All right. That's happy with Ted's first answer. I don't know what that meant.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the administration green grey is going to be yucky in the bottom. So I think
whites and greys do tend to deteriorate somewhat.
Yeah, so I'm afraid that's out of the equation. So that's gone off the selection list for tonight. Yeah. So could be some brown boots. I could give them some brown boots, and as you say, somebody said, who was it that said I could give them a little bit of a dusting.
Lord Bartley said brown with a dry brush of sand.
Yeah.
Right. I think after doing 5 of these, the first one's probably dry already, so I can just do a little cycle round and give a second coat of that. But already that's come out and looking quite good. The shading happens with that without any effort at all. I like it. I like no effort at all. So I shall return to that and give it another coat in a moment. What's happening in the chat? I put a poll up on my channel earlier today. I don't think anybody's actually answered it yet. But I was looking through YouTube and I happened to see that how many channels that I subscribe to. And I was just wondering how many channels everybody subscribes to.
Yeah, where did you find that?
It's on the main thing. When you click on like subscriptions on the website, it comes up and says, you know, there's I think 272 YouTube channels that I subscribe to. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a big number or a little number or an average number, but I thought it would be an interesting question to ask. So if you've got a minute, pop across to the poll on my channel. It should be there in the community tab somewhere. I think I've put 0 to 50 to 100, 100 to 300, I don't know, whatever I've got, whichever you fit in. But you can always leave a comment afterwards with the exact number. But it's interesting. I want to know if I'm normal or not. I just want to be affirmed as being more normal than I think I am, really, I think is the real problem. Because I know I'm not terribly normal, but I don't know.
Yeah, but how many of those 200 odd channels do you actually watch, or do you just think, or is it a case that you subscribe to them and totally forgot to unsubscribe because you don't watch them anymore?
Well, I mean, they pop up on the home feed. If you're subscribed to a channel or similar things to channels that you're subscribed to, they pop up on the home feed, and I often go to the home feed and sort of find out, you know, what the top videos that they recommend are. So I watch a lot like that. There are a few channels that I go back to every so often to check to see if there's any new content that slipped past. But yeah, most. I don't know about most of them. I mean, some of them might not have any new content for a long time. It might have just been a channel that I liked from, years ago, that might
Yeah,
not make new content.
yeah. Sometimes when you're doing a model or you're doing a particular project or something, you go looking on YouTube. You think, that's useful,
Yeah.
and you like and subscribe it, and then it hasn't had any content in it for about 10 years or something like that. So it's
I
and
mean, the
then you've
thing is,
moved on.
if they haven't put any new content in, then I don't get any benefit from unsubscribing to it.
No, I
It's not.
don't
It's
mean
not
that.
like. It's more likely the channels that are putting up new content every day that doesn't fit with my current, desires or wishes to learn about stuff that I'll unsubscribe from. But if they're not making new content, they're not drawing attention to themselves, so I'll leave them alone.
Yeah.
So let's have a look. Sarah Jane says 1, and it's Ted's channel. What are you doing? No, wait. You're.
Yeah.
This isn't. Hey.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. Yep. You see, I know who my fans are.
Lord Barkley says 349. So that's close to mine, I assume. That's close enough to mine to make my number to be normal, I think. Or we both have normal in the same way. One of those things. We'd have to wait for more answers to find out.
I haven't looked. I don't come onto the PC very often. I do a lot of stuff on my phone.
Yeah, I don't think you can get numbers and like that on the phone. You can obviously get
Yeah.
all the content and stuff, but it doesn't actually show you the same stats.
Yeah, you can't get all the analytics on your phone, or the proper ones, because I know my phone tells me that my YouTube sort of earnings are in dollars on my phone, but I have to come on to.
Yeah, that's very confusing.
Yeah.
You just try and sort of work it out on the fly.
Abaddon Black. Freeze.
Yeah, use it all up. You've got a spare one of them. It's okay.
Yeah, I've got a spare one. Yeah. And I won't use it straight out the pot. I'll put it into my little.
I don't mind. You can use it out of the pot if you like, Ted.
Yeah, is it all right to use it out of the pot? You can use it straight out of the pot. Can you use it?
I won't tell.
Yeah.
Fox probably isn't paying attention anyway, so it'd be alright.
Yeah, he's probably away on his PlayStation something or other.
Wendy says 301. So again, in the same sort of ballpark. I'm happy with that. Yep. Athol says model wise currently 24. Truck driving in Canada and America 6. Games on Switch 4. You don't need to break it down into an exact thing. I'll just look at the big number and see what it said. So does that mean you subscribe to about 34 different YouTube channels? That sounds very low.
I could probably tell you if I just open YouTube. On that one.
I reckon Ted's is either going to be something like 3 or 7.5 million.
Yeah, I know that one time I must have subscribed to hundreds, because Skylar used to use my YouTube account and she'd watch all the kids programs on it and things like that, and she subscribed to everything. So YouTube, let's have a look. Subscription.
Was typing elsewhere. What am I not paying attention to? Says Fox.
Yeah, see, yeah, Fox, you need to run it back and find out what we're
if you have to
about.
ask.
Manage. Is it on manage?
No, it won't be in studio. It'll be an actual YouTube, the normal YouTube page, not YouTube Studio.
Yeah, I'm on that.
The subscriptions is the bit you want, I think.
Got subscriptions.
And it'll like show all or something, or.
No, I can't find it. I'll find it later.
It's around there somewhere. Well, when you find it, find the poll on my channel, and you can leave your numbers in there.
I'm subscribed to things like
Don't tell us all the things you subscribe to. No, not those ones.
yeah,
We don't need to know about
Adam,
those ones.
yeah, Adam Savage,
Oh
uh,
yeah, yeah, and tested and stuff.
Bob,
Yeah.
yeah, Bob Ross.
Hmm.
What's that one? Dictator. Oh, you've seen that one where the guy makes scenes out of Lego and things like that.
I don't know that one. No.
Brick Dictator. I'm not telling everybody this so they can go off and find some other channels to watch. It's just libraries. I wonder if it's. I can't find that telling you how many you've got. Oh,
I can't remember exactly where it is now, but
yeah, I'll find it.
Fox has got to go and make a coffee, so we can talk about him again now. Oh, look, Paul at Team Inept's here. He doesn't normally come along and watch. Good evening, Paul. How are you doing?
Yep, I'll find it after. Right, I shall continue stirring my Abaddon Black, so I can then decant some to my paint palette and paint the gloves on this dude. I don't know why I'm wearing that.
Dude. Yeah. So yeah, no, that was just something that I wondered about earlier on. So I thought the easy way of getting answers is to make one of these poll things that YouTube seems to like at the moment. And obviously, it's probably not going to get any answers at all. So that's lovely, working as intended. Another Ork done. Another Ork bites of dust. About 60 subs all told, I think, says Paul at Team Inept. Is that the Team Inept channel? Is that the only one you use for YouTube now? You not use your own official channel?
Yeah, it's because he can subscribe to all these other channels and nobody will pick it up. You know, when they see he's subscribed, I know who that is.
Yeah, just blame it on me or Fox.
Yeah.
Sounds about right. I do like these contrast paints though. They make it a lot easier. They might not give the same professional results as what professionals can get, but they give better results than what I could get if I was just doing it. And in no time at all. So there we go. That's all of them done. I'm going to take it easy for tonight now. Graham McRobert is watching F1 first race of the season highlights. I don't know when that starts.
It started yesterday, didn't it? Yeah, was it Bahrain yesterday, the first one or something? Not that I know much. I just happened to hear it on the radio.
All right, yeah. Paul says no, he doesn't actually use the Team Inept channel for anything other than calling people names in chat. Sounds about right. Right, what other contrast paint can I use on these dudes to make them look good without me having to do anything? Snakebite leather, that'll do. There we go. Shaky, shake, 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 shake.
I've decided on the colour of this guy's boots.
Right.
He's got a nice pair of brown Altberg military boots.
Cool.
And he's got some black gaiters that just sort of changes the colour a little bit before he gets into his uniform. Otherwise, it looks like he's got wellies on.
Yeah, nice little touch of detail adds wonders, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right. I've just decided to use leather, but I don't know. He's got a wrist strap. That can be in leather. little leather wear. I'll do that.
Yeah.
The other on the other wrist as well. Silverstone's just up the road from Sarah Jane, apparently. I missed what that was about, though. Obviously, something about some sort of car-related shenanigans. Over there for now. Then I don't worry about picking out the details on other things on that later. What we got at the back here. This is going to be sort of leather straps. That isn't. That isn't. That isn't. That isn't. No, why not? That won't be either. Maybe the leather armour, but I'll come back and sort that out later. Athol says the wind is coming from the southwest at 45 knots, heading up across us, heading for Norway.
Oh, it'd be cold then.
I think it's meant to be quite nice here tomorrow.
Yeah, we're in the midst of a storm at the moment. It's howling out there. It's darn cold.
We had some stormy weather a couple of days ago, but it's been all right since then. I think I'll give him leather trousers.
Somebody last week mentioned some paint that was nicer parchment. I think it was Rakarth Flesh. I think it was that one. So I'll do that in a moment.
I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, that's painting his instructions for using the Hydra. I forgot to paint that bit. That paint's dried up.
Paul says to Fox, "You're so northern." He is. Yeah, we knew that. Not as northern as Ted, but yeah.
It's cold up north. And did everybody remember to put the clocks forward this morning, or who got up early, late? Yeah,
I was online when the clocks went forward. I was playing my Midnight Murders at midnight.
Yeah. So did you? Did the? Yeah.
Yeah, the computer changed. At 1 o'clock, it said 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, hey, wait, what? So I lost out on an hour of game time. But yeah, it's always very strange when that happens. It's not often that I'm actually awake to witness it.
Many a time we had to work at the other end of the clock change, where you'd go to work and you have to spend an hour extra at work because the clock's changed.
If you did that, did you have to work the other one as well? Did it work out that you could do both?
No, it never worked out like that.
No.
So you didn't win. When
someone won, but it wasn't you.
Yeah, but yeah, usually ended up always when the clocks went back. So you'd have to stay at work for an extra hour. But you were always lucky because somebody came in early because they hadn't set the clock.
Oh, right. And obviously you told them and sent them away.
Yeah. Oh, well, as you're here, we're going home. Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. They keep talking. Every few years there's talk comes up about, yeah, we're going to scrap it.
Yeah, well, it only came in the Second World War or something like that. Was it the Second or the First World War or something like that?
Yeah, the second.
Yeah, it was just to, increased production or something, wasn't it, for the munitions factories or something like that?
Yeah, it's all saving power and things, isn't it? So we don't have to turn the lights on.
I think they did try. Yeah, I seem to think that when I was a young kid going to junior school, that they did try it without changing the clocks, didn't they? And that was the time you won't remember, Chris, because you're
But
far
they only
too
brought it
young.
in the Second World War. You were finished with school then, weren't you?
Yeah, they tried to do it away. They tried to do away with changing the clocks because they issued all those kids with orange waist tabards, like day. You know, there's the nearest thing you could get to day glow yellow.
Oh, right.
We were all issued with our orange tabards.
To stop you getting run over and stuff.
Yeah, to stop us getting hit by buses and things like that.
Obviously,
Ted,
it
if
didn't
it's
work
all I
because
have,
they then stopped.
yeah, Fox is giving me some information there about washing something with rakai flesh, with a wash of rakash. It's all you have. Try rakath flesh with a wash of agrax earthshade. Have I got any agrax earthshade? I don't think I have. Have I?
I don't know.
No, I don't think I've got that one, Fox.
Athel says half his clocks he never touches as it saves him changing them back in 6 months' time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've got to remember which ones, though. Then that's the problem. So you know.
Yeah, but have you spent most of the day when somebody says what time is it? Well, it's 3 o'clock, but it's actually only 2
It's
o'clock.
really, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get up this morning, when you got up at 9 o'clock, you knew it was really 8 o'clock. So
I didn't get up at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I was online at 3 o'clock this morning, so I had deliberately had a lay in this morning. But yeah, even when I got up, it was like I might be getting up really late, but it's not really late because it's actually earlier than it is when it says it is. But yeah.
Yeah, so just going back to Fox's advice there about painting that, try Rakarth flesh. I don't have any of that. With a wash of Agrax Earthshade. I don't have any of that. Then a highlight of Rakarth flesh on the edges. Don't have any of that either. Oh,
it makes it more challenging to do things like that when you haven't got the paints.
Yeah. Colin's in.
Evening, Colin.
I didn't spot Colin coming in earlier. Fox Roth.
Pineapple
Sarah
works
Jane.
on kebabs, says Lord Barkley. No, it doesn't. Don't put pineapple near anything of any worth.
Sarah Jane remembers the clocks not going forward experiment. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't dream it. Yeah.
You were a little bit worried for a minute then that you did, weren't you?
Yeah. Ted, if I only have a Rickland flesh shade gloss, yeah, that's all I've got. You could use that instead of Acron 30 dry gloss, so you need to make sure you matte it later. Yeah. What was going to? Yeah, sorry, Fox. I forgot what I was going to use it on. But, yeah. I think it was his boots. But
yes, we'll use that whenever we can remember what it was for. No, we won't use that.
Yeah, but I think his boots have turned out all right, actually. Yes, I'll give him a coat with something else later.
These are all shades, aren't they? I got lots of shades. What shade did you want? Raglan flesh shade. I've probably got some of that here.
Oh yeah, can you pass? If you can slide it on your computer keyboard, it'll slide out of mine.
I don't know what colour it is. Got none oil. No. What kind of colour is it? Caloria green shade. There you go. There's some Raglan flesh shade. That's what you want. No, you can't have it. Mine.
Wait, Ted, did I not say one of my colours was Rakarth flesh? It might have sounded like that, but Rackar flesh. That was it. Yes, yeah. All right, I get it now. I think we were talking about painting the instructions for the the piece of scroll with the instructions on for the Hydra. Yeah, that's what we were on about. Yes, it's my age. I remember what we're talking about now. Thank you, Fox. In fact, that's what I was going to do because I picked up something else to paint and forgot
We
all about
don't
what.
remember what Ted said he had, but Fox obviously does. So.
Yeah,
Max
picked up
McGinn's
something.
here saying I've missed much. Not really, no.
Not really.
No
Not
more
yet.
than normal.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris is in. If you've still got problems with a battery, Graham Mike is good. I don't know what that means, but
the Chuck Norris.
yes, obviously.
Yeah.
No, nobody would ever steal Chuck Norris's name because Chuck Norris would come and do him for it, wouldn't he?
Yes. Yeah. My Rackland fish seems to have a very seems to have a horrible disease.
Mark Shellard says he has 333 subscriptions. So it seems like I'm on the low side of average, but not by a long way. So that's pleasant to know.
But it doesn't cost anybody. It doesn't cost anything to have a subscription. So yeah, if you do forget about them, it doesn't harm anyone, does it? And helps the little man as well get his
Absolutely. Yes.
subscriptions.
If you want to make up your subscriptions, then me and Ted would gratefully take any that you're giving away.
Yeah.
So yeah, come along, like and subscribe.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed already, I want to know before the end of the show why not.
Yeah, have your excuses ready.
Yeah, threats and I want it written on 3 in triplicate and submitted.
Go. Good Lord, Ted, you can be hard work sometimes, says Fox. I don't know why. What? Just because he doesn't remember what colours he's got. Nobody remembers what colours they got.
Yeah, I'm now trying some Rickland flesh. Then I will do some. Oh, is it Rickland flesh? No. Yeah.
You're using the one that you don't even know which one you're using.
Yeah, it's Rackar flesh. And then I will give it a coat of Rickland flesh shade. I'll read back through the chat and find out what the instructions were.
Yeah. That's the best bet. Nobody else is going to be able to do it, so. So, how's your week been, Ted? I haven't spoken to you since last Monday on email.
Yeah.
How's your back? Are you fully recovered yet? Well, I know you're still taking some painkillers, but
yeah, I'm not fully recovered just yet. I'm sort of taking, as I say, I'm taking some painkillers as required and more than as directed. So it's gone off a bit, but I did sort of overdo it this week at work because we had to clear one of the old boat building workshops out and move some of the collection that was in there. So it was like 2 skips that were just full of wood and a lot of wood that was salvaged and was taken somewhere else. And then there was the collection in there that we have to move. So yeah, I didn't exactly do myself any favours, but it's getting there.
It's a difficult thing with injuries, isn't it? As to you don't want to do nothing because that can make it worse, but you can do too much and make it worse.
Yeah, and I didn't want to sort of use the excuse at work, oh, I've got a bad back. It just looks like you're sort of skiving, doesn't it? So.
Ted, Rackarth flesh and Reichland flesh shade, Rackarth flesh highlights on the edges, etc.
Ah, right. Thanks. Yep, I'll remember that now.
You won't remember that, will you?
Remember what?
I don't know.
Ah, yeah. Right, I'll try this. So we'll give this some Rackarth flesh. and it's not straight. It's not straight from the pot. The
Not
pot's
ideal,
there.
but it's working with what Ted has, Fox says. Working with what Ted has is always the best of things. Should we give him a shopping list when the shops are open? You can give him a list of things to go out and get. A list of Warhammer paints that everybody must have. There you go. What's the 5 Warhammer paints that everybody should have? 5 Citadel paints. I've got to put Null Oil up there as number 1.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Even if you don't use Warhammer paints, Citadel paints, you should always have some Null Oil. Because
I thought that was something that bikers sprayed on themselves.
Maybe, but yeah, you can also use it to paint with.
Right, so we've got his little parchment painted there, and in a moment I'll bling it up a little bit, let that paint dry. We could do a bit on something else while that paint dries.
Let's see what other paints other people have come up with for us. No, none yet, because we're in advance of the time. We've got to give people time, because it takes 30 seconds for them to hear it, and then another 30 seconds for them to type it, obviously. So, yeah. When you hear the question, answer the question. Thank you very much. We'll just sit here quietly until you do. We've got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I forgot where I was painting. All right.
I wasn't paying attention. I don't know.
Yeah, there was some tiny little emblems on the helmets that I was going to try and paint, but I need to put my Optivisor on to do that. Agrak Earthshade, says Fox.
Fox says Null Oil. 5 must-have Citadel paints. Fox says 1 Null Oil, 2 Agrak's Earthshade, 3 Agrak's Earthshade, 4 Null Oil. You do know that that's just 2 that you've said twice each.
Yeah, and I've got none of them.
Colin's going to get his pen and make notes. You can always put them in your Citadel Paint app, and then they're there waiting for you when you go into the shop. You can just give your phone to Lee, the manager of my local Warhammer shop, and he just picks them up off the shelf and asks for money.
Is he one of these like Arkwright in the shop? You can't get out unless you bought something else, even though you didn't go in for it.
He tries. It doesn't work with me though. I'm very good at buying what I came in for.
Right. So it could be the. Can I have some Newlin oil, please? Yeah. Well, if you want that, you're going to need some Agrak's Earthshade as well.
Yeah. No, he just sort of subtly points you towards the model kits while you're getting the paints. It's like, that paint will go really well on this model.
Right. Could you just wait over there, sir, while I just go and get it?
Yeah. I just have to get one of them from the back. Go and stand next to that display of these. Yeah. Fox says yes, but you should have that many in your arsenal. I might have a pot and a half of Null Oil, and I've got Null Oil gloss, but I think I've only got the 1 Agrax. But you know, it's fine. It does the job. I don't use it that much.
Yeah. Mayhem Model Works says, Festa, remember Newlin oil, not Nun oil. Yeah.
Not Nun Oil. Yeah, Nun Oil is something you get from milking nuns, and it's frowned upon. You shouldn't use that in public. Non-oil gloss, says Lord Barkley. Yes, yeah, I've got some. Look, I'm having it. There you go. Non-oil gloss.
All right, I didn't know there was 2 different ones. Good job, I didn't go and buy
There's 2 of that. There's Athonian Camo Shade. I think I've got most of the shades. I think I've got all of the shades. There's my full non-oil. Because I've got like the non-oil is like the black one, the dirty traditional mucky one. That one, Conia Green Shade, is sort of greeny blue. The Athonian Camo Shade is like the brown. Then you got a lighter brown, which is Seraphim Sepia. That's the Null Gloss. Got that. Yeah, they got the blue one, Drakenhof Nightshade. The purpley one, Caribou Crimson.
The Hoff Nightshade.
Drakenhof. Drakenhof.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not the Hoff. It's nothing to do with Knight Rider.
I thought it was
Cassandra Yellow, which is orange, but I don't know about that. Bultan Green is indeed green. And there's me half drunk, almost empty Null Oil. There's also Fuegan Orange, which is orange. Reichland Fleshshade. My phone going, but I won't worry about answering that. Droopy Violet is quite a nice one. And Agrax. Oh, and that one there's a big one as well. Oh no, it's technical. Nighthaunt Gloom. A couple of the technical ones.
I've just realised that should I go into any Games Workshop when they reopen, I won't be able to. Well, I won't be able to. I'll have to order all my paints online because I can't pronounce any of them.
You point at them. Just point. Well, that's where the app comes in. You need the app. Get the app on your phone.
Well, yeah, because I could just imagine going into a Games Workshop and asking for all these colours and all these kids with long, greasy hair and dressed in long leather jackets, sniggering.
Well, the trouble is when you've been watching Fox too much, because he makes up his own names for them, and when you start using them, then you get in trouble because most of them are rude. So yeah. Mayhem says Star Warsing Team Inept, was that you? No, it wasn't. It was my mum. But if she needs me, she'll message me or something, or phone someone else.
Can I have 2 pots of Canadian fleshlight, please?
Yes, that's exactly what you don't need to ask for. Silly paint names? No, we're not doing silly paint names today. Right, so the greens have dried on these, and yes, you can see that the definition has popped on the arms and things now. So I'm very happy with that. The contrast paints do work very well.
Silly paint names: Skidmark and Mellow Yellow, Droopy Violet.
What's that one? Oh, Gulliman. Yeah, you saw that. It's always worry when your violet gets droopy. Yeah, we don't talk about that. Fox says, Ted, just go in and ask for a pot of Droopy JJ and a pot of Alabia Mermaids. You'll be golden. Yep.
Yeah, these are all these.
See, the thing is, when the manager of your local shop is in the boom hut and knows Fox, then you can ask these things and he'll just get them off the shelf for you.
Right.
We've got there. Is that going to be? That's going to be skin there, actually, isn't it? So this is going to be his black armoury piece. Right. I have a voicemail message from my mother, so I'm just going to go and see what that's all about in case it's anything important. So I shall see you momentarily. I'll leave you all to Ted. Ted will entertain you while I'm gone.
Me? Yeah. Remember, people, when you're painting, never pick up your stirring sticks by the end that's been in the pot. Yeah, that's what happens. Right, I've painted the scroll in Rakarth Flesh, and now I'm going to give it. No, I'm not. It's not ready yet because it's not dry yet. And I've touched it. I've touched up the tassely bits with some Yariel yellow. Yeah, that's what I've done. So, that's blinged it up a little bit. The dudes, I think the dudes are almost finished. I've just got some tiny emblems that I'm going to be really clever and try and dry brush on the helmet that'll pick them out. And then I think, yeah, they're going to be ready. So we could have an end of dude painting tonight. I should get some. Could I give their faces a wash with some of this then. Rakeland flesh shade. If I just give the faces a wash with it, will it bring out the detail or not? Will it look better? There we go. See, that's why we're here. We ask questions. Yeah. Where else are we? Let's have a look back in chat till Chris comes back. Some contrast paints work well on lead belcher base. That's another word. Stonehorse silver base gives a metallic colour on armour and swords. Thanks, Max. I'll probably forget all that by the end of the show, but thank you.
I have returned, by the way, just in case you save you waffling to yourself quietly. But
Sorry, yeah, nobody's listening.
no, that's right. Nobody noticed I went. That's fine.
I can put some Rickland flesh shade. Rickland. I can put some of these flesh shade on him, but it'll be glossy. But
Okay.
shiny face. Yeah, shiny faces. I might not bother. Right, let's do some real fine touch-ups. Yeah, and did you not tell your mum that? Does she not know what time it is?
She forgets.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's got problems with her mobile phone. Apparently, she can't fix it. It's all gone crazy. So she's probably pressed a button.
Yeah, not the button.
A button, certainly, yeah. But it'll all be okay. It's all right. I sent her a message to say everything's okay, but whether she can read it or not, I don't know.
Maybe that's the button she can't press.
It might well be, but you know, I can't do everything.
Where were we? What were we talking about? Yeah, what paints should we have? I think we've gone through that one.
Yeah, we did get some answers from that. Anyone else come back with numbers of YouTube subscriptions?
Not while you've been away.
Okay.
Rickland flesh shade for the matte version is specifically for washing skin tones. The gloss one is for more of metallics, but it will work if you matte it down later. Nah, I'm not going to bother doing that.
Or you could not bother doing that. That'd be the other option. You don't have to matte it down later.
Yeah, just have shiny dudes. Yeah. Because in my army, everything gets polished.
Absolutely. Why not? Why would you not polish it? You can.
No, I've just realised I haven't painted his identification epaulets.
You haven't lost his hand, have you?
I haven't. His hand is still attached to the scroll. Yeah, Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, another message there. My mum saying, "Okay, don't worry."
Yep. Just tell her that you've got 5,000 people listening to her.
Yeah, that would be a lie, though. I can't actually see how many people are watching. 34 people are watching us at the moment.
Yeah, 34 people, 34 viewers say hi, Mum.
Yeah, they probably do.
Red. Oh, it's not that red. It's that red.
Chris went out to order us all pizza each, says Sarah Jane. He really didn't.
You could have done.
You can tell by the way that I didn't.
Paint.
Lucky you put the lid on, Chris, says Steve. Yes, I might have thrown it over a little bit, but as you say, I did have the lid on, so it's all okay. Nothing to worry about here.
Yeah, I can't see what's happening because I never did get YouTube loaded up to see what you were doing.
It's not worth watching. I wouldn't worry.
Yeah.
I think these are all going to have this as a backing colour because they're all wearing similar armour. That'll work. Paul says you've got to thumb up people. I don't think you have to. That's cruel. You don't have to stick your thumbs up people. Some people don't like it. But if you're talking about the videos, then yes, every thumb up and comment and things are much appreciated.
Every little helps.
Apparently YouTube look at it and say, oh look, he got 7 thumbs up, and they make more people watch it or something.
Yeah, they annoy more people with your video popping up on the recommendations.
I don't know how many you need to have before they start doing things like that. Probably more than 30. But if everybody does it, then, you know, not that you should do it because everyone's doing it. I'm not like that.
Mm.
I'm not saying that, you know, you should follow the masses. Just do it because you want to. If you don't want to, then that's also fine. There is a thumbs down button that you can use as well.
Yeah, but if you do put a thumbs down, do message us and tell us why and let us know, because we'll try and improve.
Absolutely, yeah. We can't get better if you don't tell us where we've gone wrong. Sarah Jane says a kebab and 2 12-inch pizzas is known as an SJ special here. I'd like an SJ special, please. Is that 2 pizzas and a kebab? Yeah, okay. I'd like to have a meal named after me at the local takeaway, but I don't think it's ever going to happen.
The Chris special.
Yeah. I don't know what would be special about it either. I've not really got a signature dish.
Which takeaway would this be? Indian, Chinese?
I don't particularly like Indian food, so no, it wouldn't be an Indian. I do like a nice Chinese. I prefer my basic takeaway of choice is a burger. Doesn't matter what type or where from. I've not got any, you know, McDonald's or anything like that. It's fine, but
no, I'm the opposite way. I prefer an Indian over a Chinese. I find the Chinese apart from when it's just a rice dish and it's just rice. The rest of the meals I find to be like all gravy or whatever, you know, gravy, noodles in gravy or sauce or something like that.
I think you're doing it wrong then.
Yeah, but up here in Barrow, we don't have much choice anyway.
Well, that's also true, yeah. I keep forgetting that you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I did ask a question on my Evening With stream this week, which is quite interesting. Sausage or burger?
Oh.
Not in a bun, just as is.
Oh, yeah, sausage then. It has to be sausage.
That seems to be the way everyone goes without the bun. But if you add a bun to it, does it go over to burger?
No, I'd still go bun, sausage. Yeah. But it has to be a pan fried sausage, not one of these done under the grill, where all the flavour drops out. Your sausage has to cook in its own fats, doesn't it? So
always cook your sausage in its own fat. Yeah,
it's not very healthy. I appreciate that it's not a very healthy way of doing your sausages, but it does taste.
Yeah. Talking about games there now. That won't interest Ted at all. Ted's aware of games, but he doesn't play them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know anything about games.
Ted played that submarine game, but that's about it.
Well, I didn't even finish it.
Well, was it the sort of game you could finish, or was it just that?
You could go on a voyage. You would leave Germany and sail to Iceland, but you could do it in real time. Like,
is that not like 4.5 weeks or something?
Yeah, 20 knots underwater, or 15 knots underwater, 20 knots on the surface. It was going to take forever. So you speeded it up. By the time you speeded it up, it sort of trebled the time and so on and so on. And then you got sunk because you didn't realise that something was happening. I'd give it up.
Athol says burgers from Germany, boar burgers from Germany, 1/2 inch thick with beefy chips and a lettuce leaf for greenery. Sarah Jane says sausage. You can flatten a sausage to make a burger. Simples. It's not quite the same though.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Sausage, nice, succulent, juicy sausage, all just bubbling in its own juices. Sliced in half, put on a bun, squashed, tomato sauce. Yeah,
the thing about sausages is there is variety. There's lots of different types and flavours of sausages available, whereas burgers, not so much.
Yeah. I like the specialty sausages that Tesco and things do, like they do apple and cheese or something like that.
Yeah, there's always something a little bit different. Chaos says, Modelling Chaos says, in my office I had a Subway sandwich named after me. Italian meats on hearty Italian bread with extra bacon and chorizo, cheese, and toasted with onions, peppers, jalapeno peppers, and hot chili sauce. That sounds doable, yeah. I'm not so sure about the hot chili sauce and jalapeno, but the rest of it I could definitely go with.
Oh, well, you could always just change your name, call yourself Big Mac.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Except I'm not particularly big and or called Mac.
Well, it could be.
I'd end up being called Little Mac, and that's not quite the same.
Yeah. Imagine if you were big and you were called Mac. Everybody would go, "Do you want fries with that?" Am I funny? If it's the first time
you've never heard that before, have you? Yeah, no. How are you getting on tonight? Anyway, we've got about 1/4 of an hour before we sort of kicking out time. So, how have you been doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. Done a bit of chatting. Sarah Jane, Ted, bigger copper, played Cluedo, but couldn't find who to put the handcuffs on. That's for another show.
He could tell you about that, but then he'd have to kill you.
Yeah. Don't give them secrets away. Talking about games again. I didn't talk about games. I did talk about games because I did my midnight thing, but I think you can talk about anything you like in the chat. Don't bother me. I'm sure there's going to be loads of bits that I've missed on this, but that's the joy of these contrast paints, is that it's not mixing up unique colours or anything. It's easy just to come back and slap them on again next time. Yeah, just wait till it all dries, take a picture of it, then you can see what you've missed.
Absolutely. But as we said, it's me next week, isn't it?
It is. Yes. Yeah. Hour and a half of you.
Well, maybe about there, yeah. Slightly earlier time, I start at 8 o'clock, so if you're around next Sunday, 8 p.m, come and join me, and I'll be doing much the same as I'm doing now, but more so. Probably with longer breaks, because I've got to read the chat more, because there's only one of me. in there.
Yeah, this chap's got bigger pockets than the other one, so his badge looks a bit bigger on his arm. So we'll get around it.
Eat enough burgers, you'll soon be big, Chris, as I know to my cost, says Athel. Just change your name to Whopper then. Oh, hang on, this is a family show, says Chaos. Yeah, we won't mention that. That's fine. Right, I need to go back to the green because I saw a bit that I missed. Orc flesh.
Sarah says, come on, Ted, it's past the watershed. No.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with watershed, it's official secrets and stuff. Right, where was that bit that I missed?
Yeah, just email Ted at gmodels.com.
So it's your what's in store tomorrow, isn't it?
It is, yes, and now you reminded me. I must start thinking about what I could do for what's in store. But then again, I'll probably leave that till about 8 o'clock tomorrow and then do it then. So tomorrow should be fairly easy.
Yeah. We gave away a thing, didn't we?
I can't remember.
I can't
remember what I did. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
I know. I sometimes have trouble remembering some stuff. But other things seem to come back to me. I'm pretty sure we gave away a thing because we wanted to give a radio something on the video from last week. You needed to make a comment on the video from what someone was saying on the radio, or was that the week before? I don't know.
Yeah.
Have a look for the eModels channel, and if there's a video comment thing, then comment on it. You might win a kit. I don't remember what kit. Wasn't it plain?
Yeah, anything free is good, isn't it?
Can't go wrong with free, can you? So yeah, that's something for you to do during the day tomorrow, before the eModels stream starts at 9 PM. Then Tuesday, I don't know if I'm about or not during the day. I might try and do a game, but it depends on how things go during the day. I've got some other things to do, so I might not be around. Wednesday, I am around. I'm doing my midweek makings at 7 PM. Then Ted's along, I believe, at 9 on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll be back for the Churchill tank build, which is getting very close to being finished. The build of it being finished.
Nice.
So we'll probably finish it this week, I think.
You got something planned for next time?
Sorry, what?
Anything planned for the week after?
Oh yeah, it'll be still the Churchill tank, but I think the build will be finished.
So right, the build will be finished, but you'd still got the painting to do. Yeah,
painting and weathering to come, and then hopefully it'll be probably we'll move on to the diorama if I can find ways of sort of making it watchable rather than sort of watching paint dry, quite literally. So I'll have a think.
Yeah, the trouble with some long-term projects like that, it can be a little bit difficult. I'm doing a diorama that's got some water in it at the moment, and I've started using some resin. So it's basically spend 5 minutes pouring some resin and then spend 10 hours watching it dry.
Yeah.
Not an ideal live stream.
Yeah. So hopefully our live streams are not like watching paint dry, but are actually watching paint dry.
It's more watching models get painted wet. But yeah, it's similar. Ethel's got to go. It's time for a coffee and maybe another game before bedtime. So yeah. Good night, Ethel. See you next time.
Thanks for coming in.
Sarah Jane's won too much nothing. She's got a shelf full of it. You could put another shelf up for your other nothings. There's always room for more nothing.
Yeah, there's plenty of room for nothing on the shelf. So yeah, go and comment, Sarah. You never know.
Max McGinn says to Fox, what I like to do now is use white scar with a new technical paint called Tesseract Glow to give swords, laser pointers, violet lenses and intense green glow. That'd be that one. Tesseract Glow. It looks like it's two colours in one. It's great. It's got the yellow and the green, but it isn't. It's like the technical paints seem to be a version of the contrast paints, although they were there first. They have the same sort of shading abilities, but often in a different format. So yeah, there's that, and I've got Nighthaunt Gloom, which does the same thing. It sort of separates into two different colours. So yeah, and Hexwraith Flame is a bit similar, but green. But yeah, that's a nice one. I've used that a little bit on a couple of things, and it's come out really quite nice. So I'll definitely go along with that one. Yeah, that's that. Chat seems to have dried up for a bit now, so that's all good. As we're getting close to kicking out time anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. I'm not going to do any more painting tonight. I've gone through a selection of different contrast paints this evening to do a lot of the leather work and skin. I'm very happy with how the skin tones have come out on that. They're very blendy, nice shading and highlights without having to do any shading and highlights. You can't go wrong with that, can you, when it does it for you? So that's all good. Next week, when it's me, I shall be returning to these bad boys, and I'm going to paint some guns, do some metallics and things on them, and then end up picking up bits here and there as I go forwards. So yeah. Max says you have to shake Tesseract Glow well because the pigment gets stuck at the bottom. Yeah, I just give it a shake then, and it's still a bit green at the bottom and still a bit yellow at the top. But yeah, a good shake with all of these Citadel paints is always a good idea before you use them. They are lovely paints to brush paint, but they do need a bit of shaking up from time to time. So yeah, always do that. So that's that. That's that. I can put that away now for another week. Don't worry about that. That's that. Right. Yeah, I shall be clearing these off of the bench in the intervening week because I've got other projects on the go. But I'm happy with how they've come along this week. From being built and grey last week to now actually looking like characters with monochrome guns is an interesting stage, but I'm happy with that. It looks like you've got some detail work done on those over the last hour and a half or so.
Yeah, sort of. It's a bit difficult to see in the video, but what I've been doing. But yeah, the guys are here. Let's see if I can put some. Take the focus off. Let's see. Where's the picture? There it goes. No, not that one. That one. Put the autofocus back on and see if these guys come into focus.
It's just focusing on your bench.
Yeah.
There, oh, there it was there briefly for a fraction. There he goes. Oh, he's gone again.
Gone again. No, it's not working. It comes into focus and it goes out again.
Yeah, we can. You can pause the video when he's in focus. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see the other one, but it just looks the same. Yeah. I always find a bit of paper and do it that way. Let's see if it works like this. And take the background off altogether. Yeah.
Move to the right a bit. You're off to the left of the screen. That's the middle. There you go. That's the camera. Doesn't like the edges.
Yes, that's him. That's
yeah,
him.
Looking good. I like the camo work on him.
And yeah, it's probably because I can't see the camera. But hold on a minute. I'll be with you, and I'll show you the other one.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, his hand's fallen off. Yeah.
Yeah, his hand's fallen off, but yeah, we're getting the idea. Getting some detail on it.
He could be an amputee. It could have just happened. He could have had his hand shot off.
Yeah, it's but a mere flesh wound. So that's it. I'd say that's him in his DPM, destructive pattern material. Yeah, they come out all right. Yeah, it's been a worthwhile. But I couldn't sit paint an army of them.
No, I think doing 2 or 3 guys is all right, but when you want to do 20, then that would be, yeah.
Rattling gloss. Right. I'll put some of this on before we get to the end of the show. And we can let it dry and we can have a look at it next week. Well, not next week, but when I'm on next.
Yeah, I'll just watch you do that. I'm not doing any more tonight, so I'm happy to watch you paint.
Even
though you're painting left-handed and it still confuses me, but it's fine.
Leave it all to me.
What's that?
This is the scroll.
Oh right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is for him reading out. Now pull left lever to fire the gun.
Left a bit, fire. Yeah.
Bernie the bolt. That's probably something else you won't remember. But yeah, I'm sure Sarah does as well. Bernie the bolt.
Yeah, that's never a good idea. Fox says, Ted, you have a Games Workshop package heading your way in the next few days. Oh no!
I'll be out. Yes.
He doesn't need another Bane Blade.
No, please, not under the no. Oh God.
I'm expecting it's going to be a couple of colours of paints that you're lacking.
Yeah, it'll be paint that I can't pronounce.
Yes.
So, yeah, just for the comic effect.
Absolutely. Please only open on live on air.
Yeah.
Then Fox says, Chris, let Ted know of the previous comment. I did. I just read it out. I read it using my mouth words, and he heard it and remarked upon it. And you'll hear this now in about 30 seconds after I've done it. So, yeah.
What is it?
Oh, dear.
Right. I'll let the... I forgot what it was called. I'll let the Rickland Flesh Shade gloss do its stuff.
Does it say gloss on it, or is it just that it is?
It says gloss.
Oh right, okay. I think the one I've got of those isn't gloss.
Yeah, I think somebody said before you can get a matte and a gloss.
You can. It's like, I know the non-oil you can get in both. I think a couple of them you can get in gloss or matte, but yeah. I'd never bothered getting the gloss version of that one for some reason, because I figured it being a flesh shade, you probably don't want shiny flesh, so I didn't.
Yeah, but that's what. Yeah, that's one thing that sort of makes me when people take pictures of their models, and I realise that sometimes flash has a lot to do with it, but you get people that take pictures and they end up with shiny people in shiny clothes. But it doesn't.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Some clothes are shiny, but yeah, I'm going to get a picture of these for the group. I've got to get the logo in there as well, so move up a little bit. I'll put these up in my group for stuff that what I have done today.
See, that's the problem of a 20-second delay. Model making guru, Ted, don't use that gloss.
Stop. There is a good reason to not do that now, he says. Yeah, he's done it, Fox. He's done it already. You should have said that before you saw him do it. Then he wouldn't have done it. But because after you'd seen him do it, it's too late because he'd done it.
Yeah, sorry.
But he can do it again. It's fine. He can go over the top of it next time.
Reichland Flesh Shade. Reichland Flesh has gloss, right?
Yes, not non-gloss, Matt.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter because if you're in the Warhammer world, you can be shiny anyway.
Yeah, I mean they're probably just sweating heavily because of all the war.
glossy. Yeah, they could douse themselves in Newland oil. Yeah, is that? Yeah, yeah. They could apply a liberal coating of nun oil to the body.
They might indeed do that later. Yeah, when in their off hours.
Yeah, yeah. What they do after hours, after the battle, when they're back in the barracks.
What happens in the back of the Hydra stays in the Hydra.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, hey, look at the time. It's time for you to do the closing bits then.
It is that time. We shall close. Well, we've already done the what's happening during the week thing, so
Yeah,
we've pretty much done that.
Well, I've done all the painting, and I appear to have got paint on my clothes as well. Does Citadel paints wash out? Because I'm in trouble if it doesn't.
Yeah, they're water based, so yeah, they're bound to. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll be right with that. That'll be fine. And I expect someone will tell us in the chat 10 minutes after we finish that it'll be all right. So, yeah. So yes. Thank you, Ted, for joining me this evening. We shall be returning together on Ted's channel at the end of next month. I think Ted's already put the video up, although he hasn't changed the thumbnail yet. So he's going to change the thumbnail at some point.
Yeah, I think the video that's the thumbnail that's up announcing the next build is for our next joint build, which is in a month's time. I haven't put mine up yet. I've just been too lazy, but I'll do it.
Yeah, I haven't put mine up for next week, but I'll do that later. But yes, so next time me and Ted will be joining together will be the last Sunday of the month next month, when I'll carry on doing some more of this, and Ted will be doing some of that. But we've got a couple of shows on our own between now and then. As I say, next week will be me. I shall be putting some metallics on these guns. And then the week after will be Ted over on Ted's channel. Other than that, normal things happening throughout the week. As I say, Wednesday, both myself and Ted will be streaming. Monday, of course, before that, tomorrow night, we are returning in the guise of the E-Models team. Where, indeed, as someone said something... Who said something? What? Graham Roberts said, can't wait for Death of the Week tomorrow night with Colin. Yes, Colin's Death of the Week and Birth of the Week will be arriving tomorrow night.
Yep. So tomorrow night we'll be back to our normal professional selves.
Will we? Okay, we'll make a note of that. I'll have to practice. Yes. So that's that. So we shall see you on different channels throughout the week, and I shall see you soon for other things. That's it.
Yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, you won't know when we pop up.
Yeah, click the notification bell, ring the bell, and click the subscribe and like and buttons and things, and
because it's been known to happen when we just do impromptu sort of live streams. Yeah.
It happens from time to time, yes, indeed. So yeah, thank you all for watching. That's the important thing. Otherwise, it's just me and Ted chatting to each other, which isn't a problem. But it's more fun when there's some of you watching as well and joining in. So thank you all. We'll see you again another time. Good night. Stay safe.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Press the button, Chris.